Oh, hi there YouTube, hope you're having a great day out there. Bushy here. I'm going to do a quick video, and really all this video is just to go through the process that I go through when I'm making a knife, to give you an idea of the sort of the care, the meticulous care that I'm taking in making the knives. What, when, where and why and all that kind of stuff I'm covering in other videos, and some of the other things that I'm going to be putting out there, like videos around the testing that I've done on the steel, the testing on the finished knives I've got, handle making, knife making, sheath making, sorry. This is not a how-to, this is just the process that I go through. So please excuse me, I've had to write this down because I've had a couple of goes at this and made a real cock up. So basically I start with best steel that I can get. I use 01 tool steel. The reason for that is it's good steel, it's consistent, it makes a bloody good knife, and you know, really there's a lot of bunkum written out there about stainless carbon, you know, in reality, you know, a good well-made knife, probably hardened and tempered, is a good well-made knife, probably hardened and tempered, that will last you a lifetime. So anyway, I use the 01 tool steel. That is cleaned down, cut to size, and marked with engineer's blue. I then take one of my templates. I'll give you a quick show of the templates, and over here these are the current templates that I'm working from. Just a small range of knives. I can basically do anything within reason. However, as you can see, I've got a number of knives on the go here. That's because I'm actually experimenting with the different things that I do, how I actually do things, trying to get as good as I can. Once the outline is cut, is marked, I should say, then obviously I ground out the shape of the knife is ground, the handles are drilled. I generally, as you can see, this thing that I'm making here, I'll just knock off the edges. I don't grind the bevels, I just knock the edges off, because once it's hardened and tempered, that's very hard on the belt. So I find just by knocking that edge off, leaves plenty of steel to grind away later. However, the blades, these are sat here now ready to go onto my hand rubbing bar, and once they've been ground out there, I check them for straightness, straightened as required. I then hand rub down to about 400, and once that's done, then the blanks are cleaned with acetone, have to be really clean, really dry, and then I use ATP as an anti-carb which coats the blades. Once that's dry, then the blades are placed into my kiln. I run to the hardening temperature, soaked appropriately, taken out and quenched, then cleaned up. As soon as they've been quenched, I try and keep the actual knives quite warm. They go straight into my tempering oven. For tempering, I do 3 temper cycles at 1 hour each, with enough time in between for the blades to cool down. At that point, then the blades are ready then to hand finish again, up to whatever finish I'm looking for. Generally around 800 if it's going to be a bit more of a polished finish, or I'll drop down to a 600 for more of a matte finish. And then blades are obviously, then the actual bevels themselves are hand polished. I have some items here that I'm actually looking at using at the moment. However, I'm going to be showing those in another video, simply because time scales, I'm new to all this, so I'm having to learn everything that I'm doing, so I'm probably talking very fast and rambling. I don't think Steven Spielberg would be too thrilled with my efforts. However, this is very much just a bit of a show and tell on all the sort of steps that I go through, and like I say, I'm checking constantly all the way through, checking that the blades are straight, that things are not overheated, that there's no stress put on the steel. What I was doing previously, and depending on how I find the results, which is a test I'm running at the moment, I also, previous to hardening and tempering, I would run a normalizing process where the blades were taken to approximately 600 degrees, held for an hour, and then left to cool. The following day then is when I would actually do the hardening and tempering. That just takes any stress out of the steel. However, there's different research out there, and what I am finding is that because I'm now using a proper belt grinder rather than angle grinders and bench grinders, I'm not heating the steel up. Everything I do is bare hand, and so the steel is not getting heated and stressed to the same sort of levels. But what I have done is, my last test, I've made a couple of blades, and one I've actually hardened and tempered without normalizing, the other one I've normalized to see if it does have, if I can notice any effect or anything at all. If I find any difference with those and I need to go back to normalising, then that's what I will do. So I hope that bit of a run through you found reasonably informative, and I say I'll catch you with some other videos, both showing you the testing that I've done and testing the blade. I've actually made a blade, charming, made a blade up. Basically this hasn't been finished other than the bevels and the edge put in place, and that's so I can test that. I have some others which I've actually, again, I haven't sharpened them, but it was more to test for the toughness, the strength, the resilience of the steel, so they're going to be basically destroyed. That's the whole point, just to see which of these, you know, which of the processes I prefer, and I'll go into a little bit more detail when I actually do that. So like I say, I hope that was informative, and I hope you're having a great day, and thank you for watching this, and I will catch you soon. Awesome.